And welcome to episode 75 of Football Manager 2015 with Southampton. Join you back, it's the 20th of February 2025 and we've got the return home leg against Petrol, the Romanian champions in the Europa League first knockout round as promised in this game. So we've got a Europa League tie to look forward to, plus a review of the games in this month, which have been a little bit better actually. We've finally picked up a little bit of form and I've started to win a few games. In terms of transfer though, because the transfer window of course did pass, we didn't make any signings. Nothing coming in, nothing going out either. No, not even a single loan deal. That shows you how bad it was, how uneventful it was. But anyway, I was happy with the squad, and I didn't feel there was much need for an unnecessary deal. I think to have been done on deadline day or something like that. I don't like those scrappy sort of things. Anyway, we get into the fixtures. Last episode, 4-2 defeat away at QPR. Played shit. 4-0 down. We got 2 consolation goals, 2 penalties from Brian Rebeo. You know, that shows you like how desperate we were, that it had to be 2 penalties. But then since then, as you can see, we've picked up a nice little run of form, bar that little blip in the middle against Chelsea, which was to be expected. We just got past Sheffield United, and I do stress the just got past part of that. 2-1 in the league. Max the Machine Dunn gave us the lead in the 60th minute before Alexi Bassetti scored a penalty, which was their first shot on target in the whole game, and I think it was only like their 3rd shot as well, so it was a bit frustrating, I have to say, in the 73rd minute. And I thought we were going to screw it up from then, but Max the Machine Dunn once again piping up late on in the 90th minute to give us a 2-1 win. And an important 3 points, considering the kind of form had been iffy at best. It was important to get that win and set us up for a nice little run of fixtures here. Like, there were winnable games, and this actually wasn't one of them from my point of view. Away, travelling to Wembley to play Spurs in the league, and we managed to eke out a 1-0 win out of this. I don't know how we managed it. Kyriakos Papadopoulos scored the only goal of the game in the 36th minute. Yeah, like, it was a game. It was one of those games that kind of drifted by. We had the better of it, as you can see. 4 clear-cut chances to their 1. But we kind of kept on making it more difficult for ourselves than I think it needed to be. And we ended up struggling a little bit, but won the game is the most important part, I suppose. And we picked up a precious 3 points away, which I wasn't expecting whatsoever. So it was a nice little bonus, that win. Then played at home to Swansea, a game I did expect to win, and again we made but we made a lot heavier weather of this than probably we needed to. We won the game in the end 5-3. Now, what did the Patrick go? We were 2-0 up, I think. Yeah, Max Dunn, Matías Mieres, and Max Dunn and Matías Mieres had made it 2-0 after 20 minutes. Then Federico Palacios Martinez for them made it 2-1 in the 43rd. Papadopoulos scored his second in 2 games in the 46th minute. Then Martinez scored again in the 67th minute, and then Emre Can scored the most ridiculous own goal you'll ever see to make it 3 apiece after the 73rd minute. And again, I thought we'd screwed it up. We were in a decent position, and we've absolutely bottled it. But unfortunately for us, substitute Michael Urbanek managed to score in the 80th minute alongside Brian Rebeo, a far more regular goal scorer, in the 90th minute. He put in a man of the match performance at a 9 average rating and secured the 5-3 win for us, which was really good to see, because I think it was a game we should have won. We were making it quite easy for ourselves, 2-0 up, 3-1 up, and that made it so much more difficult for ourselves than it needed to be, and we ended up having to kind of scrap away with the victory in the end. But I suppose a victory nonetheless. We then did travel to Chelsea, and this one I wasn't expecting anything. We really didn't turn up. Chelsea just seemed to be unstoppable. Although you'll have to see when I show you the league table, they're getting a run for their money this year without even playing that badly. They beat us pretty comprehensively 2-0. It was one of those where they didn't seem to even get out of first gear, to be honest. Jason Wright and Eden Hazard scoring. Eden Hazard scoring again against us, despite being 34 years old. You'd think we'd have been able to finally contest for them by now, but no. But to be fair, the whole league hasn't. Like, had a 7.7 average rating in the league. Still, he's 34 years old. But anyway, yeah, it kind of drifted away. We didn't have a single chance in this game. Yeah, and with that pretty early goal in the 14th minute, you kind of knew that kind of sentenced us to defeat. And Hazard's goal was only kind of the nail in the coffin, which really confirmed that we weren't going to get anything from it. We returned, though, to play Newcastle at home, and I really was hoping that we wouldn't kind of lose hope. Like, I was expecting to lose Chelsea, and I knew the team shouldn't really take that to heart, and they didn't, which I was really quite happy with. They managed to win the game 3-1. And again, we made this one pretty easy going for ourselves. We ended up conceding a consolation goal in the 80th minute to Fernando Cascarez. Bruno Zuccolini, Max Dunn again scoring, and Nestor Aguirre made it 3-0 after 67 minutes. As I said, Cascarez pulling back with 10 minutes to go. The game was actually quite tight. As you can see, three clear-cut chances to one. All 4 clear-cut chances were converted, which is quite a rarity, I have to say. They only had one. They didn't create much, to be honest, considering they were pretty even Stevens with us in terms of shots. They just didn't create nearly as enough from that, although they did only have 39% of the ball, possibly a little bit of an excuse for them. It's something we seem to be quite good at, is kind of getting the ball and what am I trying to say? Get high possession statistics, and if you've got more of the ball, you do have more of a chance of scoring goals, I feel. And then we played in the away leg against this Petrollo lot, and which was a bit of an eye opener, because I honestly did think we'd be able to stroll through them, and possibly we might be able to at home, but we certainly didn't get that away from home. And I was thinking, really, bloody hell, because they came out of the trap so quickly. Marek Hrubby, I can't say he looks a fantastic player. Czech Republic international, doesn't look too bad, but he scored in the 4th minute, and I was there left scratching my head thinking, holy shit, what is happening here? And then Matias Mires got injured in injury time in the first half, out for 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, he's out for 2 weeks now. So we're just down to Max Dunn. Now, to be fair to Max, he did step up in the 81st minute and got that vital equaliser, which was all I was really looking for. Like, I was hoping for an equaliser, so we'd at least get an away goal and get back 1-1. I would have been happy with that. But this one really was a bonus, because we managed to get an own goal, and again, it was a bit of a ridiculous own goal from George Tames in the 94th minute. And I don't know what he was doing, but he put it into his own net. I thought the game was up, because I thought it was one of those highlights where, because there was only 4 minutes of additional time, so I thought it was just drifting into that, like the long last highlight of a game. But it actually ended up going in for us, which gives us a little extra boost going into this game, and one that we should now take and really. This shouldn't be difficult, although knowing us, we will make it much more difficult than it needs to be. If we have a look at the competitions, we've soared up in the Premier League and are now in 6th position. Now, you could say there's a little bit of a gap. We are 11 points off 5th. It's a bit of a cluster, but there isn't actually too many in our cluster. It's just at the moment, it's just Southampton, QPR, and Middlesbrough, because we're 7 ahead of Spurs and Arsenal. Now, I suppose if Spurs win their game in hand on us, they could overtake us. As you can see, though, Chelsea aren't even top, despite that they do have a game in hand. But them and Man U are both on 60 points. Man City are on 55 with 2 games in hand as well. So, all 3 of them are just so good. And Aston Villa putting up a pretty decent effort. As you can see, Lucas Boye having probably his most prolific season ever. Yeah, 22 league goals in 21. That's already beaten any of his previous records. He's had an absolute wonder season. You kind of felt it was always going to happen with somebody like Boye, great player. I did enjoy managing him back in my Villa days. As you can see, Mires is still there as the second top scorer with 20, and Rebeo is the second top assister with 13. If we have a look at our individual players' statistics, top goal scorer, of course, is Mires with 30. Rebeo is on 14. Max Dunn is up to 11, which I think is good. Max Dunn is finally starting to score a few more again. I think the problem is the past few games, Max Dunn has been getting back in the act, and Mires has decided to piss off. He's not going to score. They just can't seem to score both at the same time, which is a little bit frustrating. Aguirre has 6. And assist-wise, Rebeo, of course, with 18. Mires and Lingard with 9. Max Dunn with 8. Average rating-wise, Rebeo, Mires, Aguirre, Reed and Tyder at the top 5. Average rating-wise. If we have a look at the formation we'll have to play in this game, now this is because, what am I trying to say? We don't have we don't have Matheus Mires. Now, actually, what we've been doing is we've been playing this formation, but with this guy up here, and him playing as an advanced forward, and Max Dunn playing as a poacher. So we've been having two up front. Like, it's been quite a not a risky tactic. Well, a bit of risky, but an attacking tactic for sure. Now, in this game, we've had to drop down Reed because really we just don't have another striker in the squad. Well, we do have Rebeo, but we need him to be playing behind. Should I actually play him in? Yeah, I think we're going to put Rebeo in the hole, actually, because he's so good in there as a shadow striker. And we will put Urbanek or Lingard. Urbanek, because he scored a few games ago. Even though he's not as competent on the right, he still can do a pretty decent job. I thought I was training him there, but obviously not. I must have just been playing him there every now and then. He has played a fair few games on the right because he just doesn't. He can't get past Aguirre on the left. Anyway, I think we should go into today's game. Nothing else to view, I think, on the competitions page, because we're out of both domestic cups. We are still in the Europa League, as we know, because we're playing it today. So the team we've got today is Allegre in goal, back four, Emre Can, Escobar, Fosu Mensa and Andre Wisdom. We play change Ciardini for a few games, but then he picked up a 3-week injury. Mikel Martinez is out again. Now, he's only out for another week or so. He might have a problem with injuries. That didn't, when we signed him, he wasn't like that, but he seems to have developed it into his game, which is a worrying habit to have, unfortunately. But anyway, so that was the back four. Tim Freeman is the anchor man, Zuglini in midfield, Aguirre, Rebeo, Urbanek, and Max Dunn up front on his own. So I'll have to say this is the first time I've had to play this formation because... No, actually, I played it in the second half against these guys away from home because we had to take off Mires. So I'll be telling a bit of a lie, but this is the first time we've started with it. Although we've tried, since we've been at Southampton, we really have tried nearly every shape in the book. And there's been a few quite interesting shapes we've tried with that 3 centre backs and no full backs or wing backs. That one we tried last year. Here's Urbanek, Rebeo. Oh god, that's a good chance. What I'll be looking for in this game, I have to say, is just to finish the game off as quick as we possibly can. Tim Freeman's header goes well wide. And in that sense, I'm looking for a few goals, possibly. Especially in this first half. I'd love 1 or 2 early goals to kind of finish the tie off already. Urbanek, oh god, he's missed a good chance there. So Rebeo's hit the post, and then Urbanek's missed a clear-cut chance already. So not exactly positive signs. But hopefully we can take one of these chances. The thing I don't want to happen is for it to kind of go on and on and on, and then Petrol nick one, and then they can feel they can nick a second. Of course, they do have to score 2 goals, because we did score 2 on the road, which is a bit of an advantage for them, but it only takes 2 shots for that to happen. And they haven't had a shot yet, but they could score from there first. Knowing the luck we get, they will. Here's Scarpa, here we go. No, back to Thomas, the guy who gifted us that winner. Here's Solar, is in. Oh, God, they've had their first chance. Solar getting far too easily past Emre Can and firing wide. Here's Brian Rebeo now. Can he pick something up? Finds Aguirre on this left-hand flank, gets dispossessed far too easily. And I have to say, it's been a tame enough effort so far from ourselves. We really haven't quite been at the races, Shrubby. Oh, God, again, dancing past our players. Gustavo Allegre with a fairly standard save he had to make. Here's Urbanek again. Can we muster up something this time around? Here's Urbanek, back to Sucalini. Find a pass, back to Urbanek, cuts inside, lovely stuff. Oh, Max Dunn, Urbanek, there you go, 1-0. Get in there. His 5th of the season. I thought Max Dunn had blown the initial opportunity, but obviously not. We were lucky enough how we kind of just rebounded through to him, and unfortunately enough for us, Urbanek was able to take that chance on the second goal. So Urbanek into Max Dunn. It's well blocked, but unfortunately the keeper has been swayed by that, and it's been easily put in by Urbanek. So, happy days there. Half time. It was just before half time as well, which is happy enough. Because we've now got that 2-goal cushion. Now, actually, from Petrolo's point of view, that hasn't actually changed things much, because they still have to score 2. It would only be if we score another, where it starts to become harder and harder for them. So let's hope. All we can do is hope. In this second half, that we can just push on and finish this game up, really. I feel, because I do want to rest some guys. We've got Man City away in the league, I think, on Sunday, which is only in 2 days' time after this game. Oh, God. Solar. For God's sake, that is terrible defending. And they are right back in this one. Carlos Soler with his 13th of the season. I don't know whether that counts the Romanian First Division. I don't think it does. So that might be 13 European goals for Soler this year, which is a pretty decent effort. But they've gotten in behind a few times now. 2 clear-cut chances. Both of them have fallen to Soler. Escobar is quite knackered, but I don't really like to take off centre-backs in the middle of the game. So Zuccolini's going to come off for Harrison Reed. Lingard's going to come in for Rebeo as well. I know we're taking off people like Rebeo, who's a big player, but he's just not really performing today. Plus, he's getting a bit tired, and the more tired they get, the worse they become. I really hope we don't get caught on the break once again here. This hasn't been as convincing as I wanted to be. I really thought that we'd win this tie 3-0 or something at home. Because to be honest, at the start of the tie, I was thinking we'll win this on aggregate around 5-0. And we've ended up winning 3-2. Winning 2-1 away from home, just about, and drawing 1-1 at home. And I've said that was a bit of a let-off. Sometimes that comes up against you, but obviously they had the same sort of ideas, because all of them seemed fired up and to be agreeing with me. So yeah, we scraped through. I think Torino were going to get through, because they spanked West Ham away from home. Yeah, they've beaten them 2-0 away, and I've beaten them 4-1 at home. So we will be facing Torino in the next round. Dates of that, I don't know whether they'll say them now. They might actually, because we might come back for, again, the second leg. Oh no, it's a little bit tight, a little bit too close for my liking. So we'll go on until the Ipswich at home game. So that's got 5 games in between then, including a both second knockout round legs against Torino. So hopefully we can do something in that. Also games against City, Everton and Watford. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. I'll see you guys later.